What's up, everybody? If you're new here, I'm David of David 4 Productions, and you're watching the first installment of Recapped, a behind the scenes experience where we give you insight into our creative process, the people we work with, and the stories we tell through our lens. In this episode, we're taking you to the Valley of Fire just outside of Las Vegas, where we have the incredible opportunity to shoot with the beautiful and talented Nasirah Williams. Let's dive into the journey of how we turned this breathtaking location into a work of art. Okay, so for starters, let's talk gear. I shoot on a Canon 5D Mark IV. It has been my choice of camera for many years. For the Valley of Fire, I don't know what it is, but I really prefer a telephoto lens for my choice. When you're shooting with a telephoto lens, there's just something you could do, like the depth of field and even down to the specs. It just comes out better. I shoot manual. I adjust for f-stop, ISO, or ISO, depending on the photography people out there. The thing about shooting with like a telephoto lens is that I think out of the can, you're gonna have an experience. If you're shooting manual, raw, and you're adjusting like the lighting and things like that, you're gonna get such a dynamic depth of field and color and a way to play around with the subject that you're shooting. This is pretty much my go-to lens for a variety of things, and for this shoot, this was the primary lens that I used. So let's get into it. Our model Nasirah brought an energy that matched the intensity of the landscape. She decided to go with a white gown, and it really worked because she stood in contrast with like the fiery red like backdrops. And even better, what made it easier for me was that she has experience with this kind of thing, so the poses were just on point. Nasirah has her arms raised in the air, and this is again why I said go with the telephoto lens. I'm able to bring all the attention and focus to the subject. I might have been standing probably 30 yards, 20 yards away from the subject to get this particular shot. I knew that between the variety of tones, the colors, and the blue, something about the blue in the Valley of Fire that just really works. I knew that I was going to get just a palatable visual on this kind of shot. So I was really pleased with the way this came out. Bear in mind, it did get touched up in Lightroom, and an additional filter was applied through Visco. In this next photo, me and Nasirah experimented a little more with hair movement and wind, simulating wind blowing. It was pretty windy that day, but being down in the valley, it kind of goes over your head literally. So in this particular photo, Nasirah was swinging her hair from the left to the right, and it really, I really liked this photo. Again, changing up some of the color tones in the background and bringing out different things, but it made her look very powerful, very elegant. Her hair was shining, the gold was shimmering. I felt like I accomplished what I wanted to do in this particular photo. In this photo, I have Nasirah kind of sitting against the backdrop of the rock, and this is again where I wanted to use a telephoto lens. I felt like it was going to deliver again results that I wanted. I wanted to show the beauty of the landscape and just how well Nasirah just kind of fit into it. If you're like me, you're just gonna like look at these photos and be like, man, you're gonna look at these photos and it's gonna feel very earthy. It's gonna feel very free. It's gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make you feel relaxed. And seeing Nasirah on this rock like this, it just felt like she just belonged in the landscape itself. Again, one of the great things about using a telephoto lens, this time I decided to kind of like remove more of the red in the background. I wanted to bring more blue and kind of experiment with Nasirah's skin tone, the gold, the red, and the blue, and again with the hair blowing. It's giving like an elemental type of wind, an energy aspect, and I thought it was really decent. Again, I was pretty satisfied with the way this particular shot came out. Uh, yeah, telephoto, 10 out of 10. And then this last shot that I'm going to talk about, Nasirah sitting atop of the rock, and I wanted to again use a telephoto to uh, and pretty much cranked up my f-stop as well because I still wanted to capture some detail in the background. But again, like when you look at these photos, if you're somebody who kind of appreciates this kind of stuff, it's like you're gonna just feel good by looking at all of the palette of colors and Nasirah there as a subject. She really kind of just envelops the moment exactly the way I knew she could, and I was very satisfied with it. I told her, one day she's probably going to get like a really decent print of these put up in the house, and everybody that kind of comes by is going to look at this and be like, whoa, like that's incredible, intense. Bear in mind, this was her first time there, so you need to book her. She's going to get it right the first time. Amazing to work with, very professional. Shout out Nasirah.